All right, I already know what you're thinking. You see the title about working with your spouse, and immediately you say, there is no way I'm even going to read this, because there's no way I could work with my spouse. But let me tell you, it brings a lot of joy into my life, and it can do the same for yours. But there are a lot of variables in there that can play a part in it. So the first one of those is the overall vision. You know, everyone has to have a vision, obviously. And when you have two people working together, if that vision doesn't share a common bond, that's where probably 90% of your problems are going to come from. So you have to have the same vision, both from the start of the company, the growing of the company, and the long-term goal of the company. You have to have the same vision. All right, this one is especially important for the guys. Guys, don't try to be right all the time. All right? So this goes for everybody. Just admit sometimes if you're wrong. You know, if you tried something and it didn't work, or you were supposed to do something and you didn't, just apologize. Say, listen, I'm sorry. I didn't do it. Or say, I'm sorry. That just didn't work like I thought it would. Don't let your pride get in the way, and let your pride cost you a lot of aggravation and cause you a lot of aggravation in your business. Like any situation in life, you have to pick and choose your battles. If you feel really, really strongly about something, and you're just gonna, you have to have it this way, or the world is gonna come to a complete end. All I would ask is that you step back, maybe think about it a couple of days. If it's that important, within a couple of days, one of two things are gonna happen. Your mind is either gonna be still set the way it was, or you may come to your senses on something and say, you know what, that really was not that important. So before you get into an argument over something, really think about it and say, is this really worth going this far and getting this deep into? Put some thought into it. So think about your words before you just start blurting things out. Always take a day to think about it before you act on it. We've all heard that adage that, you know, well, a marriage is 50-50, or, you know, working with your partner in a business is 50-50. Well, that's not true. That's not true at all. It's not 50-50. You know, some days you have to give 100% when the other person is giving 0. Maybe they're having a bad day. You know, maybe both of you are having a great day, and it is a 50-50 day. Maybe some days your day is a little better than your spouse or your significant other or your partner, and you say, you know what, I'm having a 60% day. You just give 40 today, I'll give the 60. You know? Then you may come in on Friday, you know what, I got an 80% day. You give 20, I'll give 80. So every day is going to require a little more or a little less. So when your partner is down, you have to bring them up. You have to. Or you're going to have a miserable workplace, and then when you get home, that misery is probably going to be even worse when you get home. You and your spouse, significant other, partner, whatever you want to call it, you both have very important roles. Sometimes you or your spouse only know how to do those roles. Well, it's very important to have a backup plan, have a resource that if one of you gets sick, one of you falls ill, one of you has to go out of town on an emergency, any type of emergency situation, you need to have a backup plan for someone or something that can do what they do that will help you keep the business moving. So listen, working with your spouse can be the worst thing you can do, or it can be the best thing in the world. It really just depends on which one of those you choose. And for me and my wife, we choose to make it awesome.